places we love, and all the songs we heard them.
I fell in love. When bands can't get enough, might as well go start a world. Become a futurist to the top. I fell in love. Instead of chewing bubblegum, I'm wearing clothes I can't afford. I'm trying to look cool for a girl. I fell in love. When bands can't get enough, might as well go start a world. I fell in love. When bands can't get enough, might as well go start a world.
We turn this down. Obviously, we don't need all that music. Here we go. We turn it down a little bit. Okay, so I actually just got word from the good overlords that we got to do some math together. You and I, we've got a test. Supposedly, Beverly's been fixed. So we actually got to test that today on stream. So we got to test that today on stream. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing? I am doing okay. I'm glad y'all are here. That always makes me happy. I'm going to check my crews real quick. Okay, we don't have Beverly there. So we're going to do a quick test run just to help see if it's out. No news about it? No, they want to make sure it's working before there's news. So I'm doing some live testing to see if it's working beforehand. That course, wrong one. Let's just use this. Let's make it as fast as possible. Hey Scott, how you doing? Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome in. I'm gonna do this really quickly because I do want to get word back to them if it's working. And let's get you on in here. All right, let's check our hostiles real quick. Thank you so much, Slagdar, for supporting the channel. We're gonna hit a 48. This 48 is at 739, so we're gonna write that down. 48, 739 is the original, obviously, and then we'll get more due to abilities. So let's hit this. Greetings, Matthew. How are you doing? Unpaid quality control team on the clock. Tell you what, man, I might be the unpaid quality control team, but if it gets your game working, I'm willing to do that job, and I'm happy to do it with a smile on my face. So let's all right, so we win. Now we need to go recall. Let's check and see how much we actually got. Write it down. We ended up with 1056. So we need to track that. We'll get out our handy dandy calculator and we will go back, get Bev on the boat and do the same thing. Trying to get a 48 that's similar. But welcome in, everybody. How are y'all doing? Welcome to the channel. My name's Rev, and we are doing some live testing for Scopely, and they also just changed, thankfully, the data event, which was ridiculously set. Everybody's pitchforks are sharpened. They are oiled, as Kagol says, but hopefully we won't have to use them today, and hopefully this is good news, because I put out that video yesterday, and I told them, and I was honest with them, I told them, hey, If you fix this, I'll take it down and we'll do a legitimate video. We'll do a legitimate video talking about how she works, but we got to make sure that she works, right? Now, we should have done that before anything ever happened. You know what? We can't change that. We're here. We're here. We are, we're here. We're already, this is where we're at. So, all right. Get here and let's hurry up. Fly faster, Pylum. Fly faster. Incursions said Beverly has been fixed this fast. What's taking them so long with all the other officers that are messed up? Can't answer that, Graduate McCated. You know I'm not the person to ask. And you can't honestly ask me to put a flame to everybody all the time either. So, yeah, it's we're testing real quick. We're gonna see if it works. We're testing. Finally did an uncommon level 40 Jimadar Solo Armada, but had to use Cerritos boost on all 3 and a EXO. Hey, well that's still a win, Barnabas. We love that. We love that. Awesome. We love that. Be nice if they fix the max cargo display bug. Sure would, but yeah, I can't control that. I can only control what I can control, which means that I've been asked to do this video, so we're working on it. But I'm doing Q&A for Scope right now. So let's give me just a second. We got to finish checking this. I know y'all have completely legitimate reasons to be frustrated at various points. I'm not saying you don't. I'm just trying to do the job. Confirm. All right, now with Beverly, we should get more. Summon. I'm going to try to find a 48 that had similar numbers. 739 is what we had before. What's this one got? 672. That's not enough. I mean, it would be enough, but I want it to be more. 717's fine. I think everybody's hitting the... Dang it. Everybody uses pylums. I don't have to hit these, but I really want to. Ooh, what's this one? 672. That's too low. All right. Well, we're going to have to wait a second for another one to spawn. Let's get chat. Any plans for Incursions after this battle pass? Not that I'm aware of. Like I said, Incursions supposedly has an entire team working on it to make it better. 772 is a little bit more, but at least it's closer. 772 is a little better. What's this one over here? Oh, perfect. If we can get there first, it's perfect. 734 is only 5 off from our original. So, loose less base compare the two rates. That's exactly what we're doing, Mr. MD. That's exactly what we're doing. I would prefer it to be closer together. That way it's a lot easier to see immediately. So the first one we did was 739. That turned into 1056. Now we're doing it with Beverly, which is going to be, this one is 734. And we'll see what we get after this one with Beverly below deck. So we shall see. Let's get a confirmation, hopefully, right? All right, come on in here. What we get on this one? 1151. Yay, we got it confirmed working. Woohoo! Now I can't check the OA, but below deck ability is indeed working. So yay, if you've got Picard Beverly, her below deck ability now works. You get more battleship or any broken parts. So yay! Yay, we're working. Woohoo! Everybody claps their hands. Yay! It's working correctly now. Okay. Awesome. So, OA, I just got informed by Ripper that the officer ability has also been corrected, and now the below deck ability is working correctly. So, if you have Picard Beverly, enjoy a correct working Picard Beverly. If you don't have her yet, well, okay. Where's the treasury event compensation? None. No, well, I mean, just because you didn't see the treasury doesn't mean you get compensation. I mean, it just, look. Is what it is. Is what it is. But now she works. No new officer unlocks this month yet. I've got Beverly, but I don't have Picard. And the people rejoiced. I mean, I rejoiced about fixes. I mean, let's be real. I brought out a video telling them a significant problem and it needed to be fixed immediately. They had been aware of it for a week. And we can say that they were already working on it, but less than 24 hours later, you actually fix it because we flamed you about it. We're going to take the W for what it is. So shout out to them actually fixing it. Thomas says 3 servers for Incursions is a great idea. I don't think it's a great idea, actually. I think that's terrible. That's just me, Thomas. I think it's an awful idea. I think it's an awful idea. But that's just because I don't think this game can handle that. Doesn't handle much as it is. So. All right, the lower data event a lot. I usually hit the farm the 44s and total SMS is half. they did lower the event total. So like now I can actually go, if we pull it up, my probe hunting now, which I would do with my Talios, obviously. So if we go to the getting rescue data SMS, mine's now at 159.72, which if I went after like 40 Borgs, it's like 3 of them, which I probably would go against like 38s just because I want to make sure I'm getting decent amount, or 36s, but the 36s would be too many. But I would probably go hit some higher ones, and that it makes it reasonably completable. That's a ridiculously lowering of the milestones, which is appreciated, because the original milestones were, well, to use yesterday's word, they were borked. They were absolutely borked. So yeah, we got a Beverly fix, which we celebrate, and now we've got the event adjusted to what it should have been originally. Again, it feels like sometimes they just shoot themselves in the foot when they shouldn't be, man. This month has been so good. Little things like just double checking some math prevents headaches. Thankfully, the headache was only about an hour and a half. But yeah, just simple math to check to prevent some headaches would have been a great idea. But you know, we've been around this place a while, so it's just kind of used to it. Purposes now they can fix the field training bug that existed since launch. That's been fixed, Grumpy Saint. Where you been, boss man? That's been fixed. Field training's been fixed. You feel your Talios cargo on 46? Well, it depends on what tier your Talios is. I've not been giving a lot of Talios love lately. So, Treble, yes it has. I mean, the Orion Corvette research has been bypassed. Still completely fine. The only people who still have an issue is if you did a server swap. Those people have a particular issue, but everybody else is fine. Yeah, everybody else has completed theirs. So let's go recall. We've now finished that. Level 35 player needs to kill 400 plus probes. Level 35 player should not need to kill 400 plus probes. Have you restarted your client and checked your score? Mark, have you restarted your client and checked your score? So for those who didn't see a treasury event, have they said they will reoffer or just a whoops? Basically just a whoops sucks for you. I'm not aware of them giving, I mean, they're not reopening the treasury that I've been told. If they do, cool. They've not told me they're going to. And I think it's just one of those that they're just going to take it on the chin because they end up losing too. That means people aren't buying it or didn't get a chance to buy it. So. Ordrin says, by all rights, the original SMS milestones were less than half a cargo load for a tier 10 Talios, so if you shelled out for a Talios, it was fine. Yeah, well, we should not make milestones based on who shelled out for Talios, right? That's not how we should design our milestones. And I know that's not what you were implying, but yeah, it's not players' fault that you came out with something that we didn't want to throw $1,000 at. Defiance has finally hit my free-to-play goal of a couple of years of the big enterprise. Congrats, Defiant. What tier did you manage to get it to immediately? Because I know you didn't just get it to tier 1. I know you just didn't get to tier 1. Would there be any other reason why 3 servers would be bad for incursions, hypothetically, if the game could handle and support it? I mean, I guess hypothetically, no. I mean, less rewards. You would literally get less rewards to less people because there's only one winner. So that means you're guaranteeing now 2 servers are getting less rewards versus 1 server. But that'd be my first one. And then the second one is they just doesn't have the infrastructure to handle it. You know, I mean, you see how lag can be with territory battles and stuff like that. I mean, this game can't handle 6,000 people all on one run. So I think it'd be bad for that reason too. But the other reason would be you're going to get less. Because if you think Scopely is going to increase the rewards by having 3 servers there, you are on the bestest of things that we don't mention on YouTube. Because do they do that when there's a 3 server wide XSLB? No. It's the same rewards as a 2 server XSLB. So if you think they're going to boost rewards just because there's 3 servers in it, cute. Yeah, I would definitely not. I would definitely not support that change. Scope mentioned they help with TC lag. Do you know if they actually got better? I haven't tested it, Furry Jugger. We haven't had a heavily contested TC on mine again so far. So I haven't gotten to test that out. What they probably did, there was probably some update to the Unity client. They installed the new Unity update. I have no idea though. That's just one of the things they did recently, over like a year ago, and it did help. But I don't know beyond that. I didn't get any details on it. Would love to get some details, but I don't have any, so I can't really give anything for that, and I apologize. I do try to have the answers for y'all, but I don't know what exactly they even did. So maybe we can drag Ripper in and see if he knows. Does the export faction store get more stuff as you level rep up? I mean, yeah. I mean, because it is based off the level you have with, well, one, ships, but also various things. I mean, you see, it's all right here. Defiant, my tier 7 one, I get 24,000, but I have a tier 3 Talios. I'm only getting Latinum. That's kind of meh. Kind of meh. And then as you level up the rep itself, you get access to more research. So similar to how the Starbase tree works. Hey, James, good afternoon to you as well. So for Jelly Pursuit, it launched 5 at once for us. And the top 2 are getting full unlock, third a half, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Joseph, that wasn't supposed to happen, obviously. And I've been told if you put in a ticket, you will get refunded the materials you invested. That's at least what they told me. If you tried to invest in those events, put in a ticket. That's just what I got told. So the store doesn't change with the rep. Correct. The store itself doesn't change with the rep. That's based on the specific ships, but it does change the research that becomes available to you. You don't even bother looking at the export faction store anymore. It's all kind of crap payouts. I don't think so. I don't agree with that. But obviously the research is the focus. But once I get a lot of my research done, that's where my board is going to be going. I mean, I like it, but it depends on which one we're talking about, I guess. So, been a free to play for 3 years. Just got my Enterprise tier 7. I'm working on tier 8, only thousands away in 3 common gas. Nice, David. Congratulations. It's pretty dope. It's exciting to have milestones and reach them, no matter where you're at in the game. It's exciting to reach milestones. So, we stand that. That's a good thing. Domination event. Gain power. I think I have a ship I can upgrade. The way I don't have to spend speed ups. Let's see. Do I have anything I can throw XP in and do it the cheater way? Aha! Yes. You with the orange Dorito taco looking thing. Afternoon, Wicked Tombstone. How are you? Anyway, server having issues where regular transports aren't loading in Sol, Chronos, etc. Not that I'm aware of. But I'm aware of. Used to do Officer XP for Domination, which, yeah, Officer XP is a solid choice. I just, y'all know that this account has got the Scopely Oopsie from like 4 years ago where I've got a butt ton of ship XP. So this particular account, I get to cheese those quick domination runs. That's just me specifically. So, just built your Coronar. Congrats. Coronar is a fantastic boat. I want a Coronar. I'm a long way from it, but I would love to have a Coronar. I talk about in the Discord how much I love the Pylum. We brag about our Pylums all day long, but man, I really want a Coronar. It's next on my list of things to get. Hey, Hank's Corner, how you doing? Hey, Romy. How much do you play your alts? Depends on which one. Generally speaking, every day. Generally speaking, every day. I mean, I've got my Server 32 account pulled up. Now, I don't tend to care if it gets raided because it's not a main and because resources are so plentiful, so I don't always have great shield discipline. Hey, Draco. I saw you earlier. Bud. Milestone is a tier 7 Pylum. Same. And Hank, thank you for gifting out a membership to the channel. I appreciate it. You're always so kind and generous. I really do appreciate you supporting the channel. Shout out to Brad Adams, who now has membership thanks to Hank's Corner. Appreciate it, man. Still would like to see the odds of board chest pull since I've done now 7 double epic pulls, not a single shard of hue. That is wild because I've done not even that many, and I've only had 1 chest that didn't give hue shards. But that's RNG for you, right? Some people get screwed, some people win, and apparently I've been winning on that one because I've had a lot of people tell me that they've got none from that, and I guess I've done pretty well. Why don't Fed Scouts spawn in Babel? Fed Scouts only, well, Scouts only spawn in certain systems, Jason. I don't have the list handy of what all those systems are in Fed space, but They only spawn in certain systems. I'm having the opposite, a decent amount of hue shards, but no 5. So Dave is getting all hue shards, no 5 of 11. What would you rather have? Personally, I would rather have hue shards right now, but that's based on where I'm at in terms of gameplay. And hey, Kaylee, good to see you. One of my alliance mates got a full pull of Picard on the TNG chest that's running. Well, I don't like them. I don't like them at all, but congratulations to them. Congratulations to them. I am jealous. But these are expensive, man. I mean, I've never really supported these because they cost so much more in terms of ultras. I guess for the sake of content, I'll do a full pull using 5,000 right now, just so y'all can see content. But I usually don't like the added cost to this, but I just pulled a look at that. Well, maybe Rev should shut his mouth. Maybe Rev should shut his dang mouth. Wow. Okay, Rev should shut his dang mouth. That was worth it. That happened to be worth it. Okay. Well, here I was trash talking it and it paid off. So there we go. And I still, because I know Scopely's RNG, I know it. I'm still not going to recommend it, but it worked out for Rev. Wow. Okay. That's crazy because one of the reasons I don't use her is I just don't have her to where she's getting leveled enough for me to justify using her. But if I get her to tier 3, she's going to become semi-usable. She will. She'll have enough stats, and then I can use her captain's ability versus some of the armadas. I mean, that's, wow. There you go. Lucky Troy, who I could actually use if I get her to tier 3. So shout out to Scopely RNG this particular time. Streamer luck. I just used everybody's luck in the chat. There's like 400 people here. I just used all of your luck. So sorry for stealing your luck, everybody. All right, let me see if I've got any messages to turn in. I do not. Wrong button. Let me go and let's do our refinery before I forget. Who knows if Scopely is working on making assaults not garbage, or they just give up on it as a failed idea? So they're not going to completely give up on it. Are they? Is it something that you should expect to see in the very near future with an update? I honestly don't know. But no, they're not just going to completely do away with it. But because it was so bad, it's probably something that gets sat on for a few months before they try to revitalize it. But man, it definitely was not a good release. It's probably the worst thing that's been released in the game in years. And I'm not exaggerating. It was that bad. I do not have a special code, Ken. I wish I did, but I don't. Scopely does not care about content creators like some people think they do. That's sadly not how it works. Sadly not how it works. No special codes here. Assaults were DOA, they were. Yeah, but maybe they'll get improved. Maybe they'll get improved. Do you like Picard? Picard? Meh. Picard to me is only good if you've got him kind of high tier. He's so niche, I'll probably never use him even if I get him. Beverly's the one I like the most. Is he effective and does he work? Yes, he is effective and he does work. But besides that, you're probably not going to see a video of Rev using him often. Like, you're not going to come into a live stream and here I am showing off how good my Picard is in PvP. It's extremely unlikely. Could it happen? Maybe. Will it happen? I don't see it happening in the near future. Worse than Incursions? Oh, by far. Incursions is actually semi-fun. It just needs major tweaking. There's nothing good about assaults. Literally nothing. There's not a single good thing about assaults. There are very few things in this game that I can say that is universally just disliked. Even Incursions is not universally disliked. It's just a heavy split, basically 50-50, 40-60. Incursions is like 99-100. Like 99% out of 100 hate it. It sucks. It was terrible. So there's nothing that really compares to Incursions in recent years. I'm sorry, assaults in recent years that was hated that much. So let's swap some things around because we got to do some more grind until they fix, because they've still not made it to where this is counting for our primary grind. Still got to go do some basic grinding real quick. Let me find, where's Pike Moreau? Not by group. Let's sort by strength. They should be close to the top because I've got them. There's Pike. Actually, y'all need to get off the boat. Group. Give me just a second, chat, because I can't see y'all while I'm resetting my cruise. And then I will watch and take a look. I'll just put her up there just for something. And then Chen, bam. All right. Salts is only good for annoying alliances. It's not even good for that, in my opinion. I literally don't fool with it. I've never personally launched one, have no desire to launch one. There's no real rewards for it. It's literally just a waste of my time. So, congratulations on scrapping a Centurion there, Steven. I am working on leveling up a Saladin so I can scrap a Sally. Working on leveling a Sally. Please tell the Well Alliance on 16 that assaults suck. I mean, if they want to use it, that's fine, but most people in the game don't use it. Sorry, Omicron, but I guess if they want to play it, they can, but generally speaking, nobody really does assaults. It's an extremely low active participation rate across the game. But I guess server 16 might like it. It happens. Some people like some things. But yeah. Have you tried Picard, Beverly, Bashir, and a solo armada as a third crit crew? Have I run that? No, not specifically. I understand where you're going for, but no, I don't run it. But I do understand what you're going for. Love seeing all the rewards from scrapping ships. Same. I wish that I could say I have the same level of excitement for scrapping 4-star ships, but I don't. I don't have that level of excitement at all. So, yeah. Boo. 3-star though? Yes, I like. They can fix Beverly, but yet not figure out what they are giving out as a gift for those with the mans from day one. Alan, I can go ahead and tell you that answer. Nothing. Nothing. That's not happening. Not happening. I need to do more research. Can I afford another board research? Like I'm doing so well. I'm in second place. Can I afford another one? Let me go look real quick. I don't want to do a pointless research, but I do want to stay in the top of that one. Most annoying part isn't assaults, but that my Alliance starbase is stuck deployed in the same spot, can't move, so occasionally we'll be getting hit for the lulls. Wire speed, I've had a few different issues with starbases pushed up. I even manually, like I individually went up and pushed some things and didn't really get any traction. So not sure what else to do from that standpoint, but I mean, I can continue to try to push those tickets. So, you know, if they will be running another upgrade mess hall event again this month, I don't. Chat, help me out here. I don't remember seeing another one in there. If there's another one, chat might be able to call it out, but I don't remember seeing another one in the calendar. I don't have the calendar able to be pulled up real quick, but if somebody can look real quick, I don't think there's another one. Do you recommend saving Elite Bajoran exchange loot for double pull? Does not seem worth it. Up to you, honestly. I mean, more is always better if you can afford it. If you can't afford it, then no. If you can, then yes. Will there be a compensation chest for those who had gotten Bev? I've had her for weeks. No. No. Which Bev are you talking about? How have you had this Bev for weeks? How long have you... When you say weeks, how long are you talking? Like 2? That's nothing. Man, it's... Oh, I know my territory tree is... Oh, Outlaw. Do I have the... Ah, man. I gotta go see if I can do some research credits. Only one upgrade mess hall, Isabel. Thank you. Only one. So, no, there will not be another one. Feel free to upgrade your mess hall. Feel free to upgrade your mess hall. Whenever she came up for sale the first time, yeah, I'll be honest, I doubt you're getting any type of comp. But we can ask, but I'll be honest, man, the Mantis thing isn't turning into a comp either. And that was a bigger problem for more people over a longer period of time. So I'm just going to say I doubt it. Now, you can fight for it, and I encourage you to fight for it. But I'm just going to give you my personal opinion. I would express doubt on that happening. So You think there'll be stuff next month for sub Ops 35 players? Honestly, don't know. Go beyond Ops 35. Go beyond Ops 35. It's really all I can say. Is there a rationale other than sucks to be you from Scopely? I don't have one for you. I don't have a rationale. So, I mean, if I did, you know, I'd give it to you, but I don't have one. It's just, I'm just telling you what it is. I'm just telling you what it is. What should I upgrade real quick? I'm trying to decide. I do need this. Man, I'm going to wait for maybe another event. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. Base piercing. Let's just do it. Let's just do it to get some research going. Yeah, no problem coming, bro. And I don't want to sound negative or anything because I'm not trying to. And I'm definitely not trying to stifle anybody if you're frustrated or upset. But I just don't think they're going to do it. If they do, then I'll just be wrong. Any thoughts on how they can improve expansion cubes? I think the current method is trash. I think expansion cubes are a waste of time, and I don't bother with them. And unless they go to the drastics of removing the need for me to run solos with my alliance and then go run a group, I'm never going to touch it. The rewards on expansion cubes are at least decent. If you're willing to do expansion cubes, the rewards are solid. It's too much hassle. Nobody's running them in my alliance, which we're the #1 ranked alliance on our server. Nobody here's running them. And if they're not running them, then I'm not going to bother with them either. And the meta, honestly, for these, the true meta for running expansion cubes is to have a super whale take you to the biggest possible expansion cube y'all can run, and then they carry you through it with their super ship. That's literally the meta, and that's boring. So not only is it complicated and a tedious grind to get to be able to doing it, and getting the directives to do it is a pain in the butt, then it's not even really fun to do because now you're just basically asking a super whale to carry you. And that's just, wow. Super ship will take most of the loot, Scotty. However, the high level expansion cubes pay out like stupid amounts. Like they'll pay out like 20,000 versus if you got tier 3 Talioses, maybe you're splitting 500 loot. So even though it takes a significant portion, it still mathematically ends up being more if you ran the super cube with. Now, keep in mind that if everybody's worked up to like tier 7 Talioses, maybe it's not that good now. But yeah. The problem with expansion cubes is that we ran a dozen level 47s and I can only afford one chest, even as the largest ship getting the most loot. Yeah. So, which is why you would do the super edition that I'm talking about, you know. And again, though, that's not fun, right? That's grinding for the sake of grinding. And I like fun. I don't like grinding for the sake of grinding. I want to have fun. But because it's not fun, I don't bother. I've got a tier 3.5 Talios that only gets used for, well, doing what we're going to be doing, which is grinding probes and stuff. Which honestly, I should probably do. Yeah, honestly, I need to go get board Q and everything. Hey, boss, how you doing? How you manage current life stress? I mean, honestly, not even think about trying to manage that stuff day by day. Not something I try to think about because if I did, it would just steep me into my depression. So, there you go. Real life stresses are there, and they are there for everybody. Love Talos for OPC hunting, same. I mean, the Talos is a great ship, but it's not a super engaging part of gameplay, right? Even me as a PvP guy, I'm not out there with my Talios grinding OPC every day. So, and I've got a pretty decent sized Talios, and this one, granted, I'm running full loot crew here, 2 million on its full loot. I can go out and hit people with. Hey, Graduate K, that's exciting. Congratulations. Second kid, man. I've got 3, so you got one more to catch up with. But congrats. That's awesome. Last incursion, I rated for 60 million trit. I was hoping to double that every incursion. That's some good rating. What level are you, Edward? What level are you? Prefer still using regular Vidar with XOs over the Talios? Well, my Talios does better than my regular Vidar. But granted, I'm tier 3.5, level 46. If you're like a level 35 player or even a 39 player, the regular Vidar with XOs is probably going to be the better run. Dang, Draco. She got that baby fever. You had one. And more coming. Look at you. Look at you. Love how they phrased the data event was a bit high. It was a bit high. It was. Look, as long as they fixed it, I don't care how they want to save face and word it. Obviously, they're not going to come out and say, hey, we screwed the pooch. They're not going to say that. You can't expect them to say that. In fact, no business would say something silly like that. But it is what it is. And as long as it gets fixed, that's all that matters, right? At least that's what it should be matters. They fixed it. Yay. As long as it gets fixed, Rev's happy. Still not sure why the efficiencies with the Talios are at, or where they are. Basically, the Talios needs to be the appropriate tier for your level. So like if you're level 46, you're expected to have a tier 6 less tier 7 Talios. Who will be getting a fleet commander upgrade event or command center upgrade event this month? No, Mark, you will not. Feel free to upgrade those buildings. At least I don't think there's another one on the calendar. Usually, features after their initial month aren't going to get continual months of work. Are you going to drop hints on the next chapter for April? Nope. So don't even ask. Don't even bother asking. Here in the Talos is only useful above tier 4. Well, that's not true because mine's tier 3 and it replaces my Vidar. But at the same time, what level are you? What tier are you running? Etc. I mean, mine at tier 3 will outperform my Vidar. And I use it more than I do my Vidar. But I'm also level 46. So I've got other researches in there and everything else. Generally speaking, though, your early Talios will not replace your Vidar in terms of pure efficiency out there grinding. So, I'm tier 4? Is it tier 4? No, it's tier 3. I'm not a tier 4 Talios. It's tier 3 Talios. Tier 3. Eventually replace a D4 with a Kelvin. I replaced my D4 with a Defiant. I replaced mine with. I managed to tier up to Ops 50 and build my Hector and get her to tier 4 over the last auction. That also left me with, let me win the auction. Now I'm empty. Sub next month does not have good officers. Well, I mean, did you enjoy this month's officers now that they're working? Like, will you use Picard, Beverly? Weird to call her Pick Beverly, but will you use Pick Beverly? I will, but that's me. But keep in mind that I need all the broken parts I can get. So anything I can do to improve that, I'm going to do. Pick me, Bev. Yeah, it's such a weird name, right? Like they could have not thought of a better name at all than Pick Bev. It's such a weird officer name. So, Alio starts to get nice around tier 6. Kevin, I think it gets nice a heck of a lot earlier than that, man. Heck of a lot earlier than that. You Picard on Corey with Wei Yun and Honor Guard Wharf. That's a solid PvP crew, Michael. Solid PvP crew. Granted, you're going to need to fight other explorers, but it's a good run. And you could put that on anything. Like I could put, Picard, Admiral Picard on my Pylum and be trying to flip the triangle against Coronars. So, just level 26 and my Vidar is level 7 plus 1. Hey, that's actually very good, Rambo, for where you're at. The baseline, what I tell players to try to do with the original Vidar is 1 tier per 1 level, minimum. Which is, if you're 25, that means you've maxed out at level 34. And if you do it faster than that, fantastic. Fantastic. Because you says, I won both Picard officers in the last auction, but I don't have any G4 stuff to do yet. Well, what level are you? If you're level 39, you can go ahead and start accumulating broken parts because you are going to need them and you are going to be refining them a lot. I would even tell you that if you're level 39, you should be refining and getting the common broken parts. Like go ahead and start pulling those because you're going to need as many parts as you can. Commons, uncommons, you're 36. Well, maybe hoard them if you got them. Like at 36, I was grinding in Groombridge and stuff, so. Best crew, if I want to max out a trip with the Talos, Picard, Bev, Harrison on the 33s. You gross, Harrison. I don't like that crew. But if it works for you, it works for you. Should have named Picard officers as STP. That would make a lot more sense, Clint, than Pick. but at least it makes more sense to me. Lock up to your fingers, hurt on broken parts. You can never have enough broken parts. It is the premier bottleneck of the 4-star and 5-star economy. It's not uncommons, it's parts. You're going to want ship parts. It's actually one of the reasons that scrapping is so big. Everybody focuses on it for everything besides that, but man, the ship parts are killer. Definitely need them. Definitely need them. Thank you, Falcon, for dropping the donate links. If y'all do want to support the channel, help us repair the foundation of the new house and everything, well, you can do that with the donate links, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. Every little bit helps out tremendously, and I appreciate you for thinking about me, considering it, and supporting my family. I really do. Appreciate all of y'all. Started collecting broken parts at 33. That's smart. I mean, I'm sitting on now. Obviously, you saw me pull earlier, but if I go into my materials, scroll down, you can see I'm at 5,000 rares left, 20,000 uncommons for the pylum. Why that reset, I don't know. You see my coronar stuff. I'm only at 3,500 rare, but 105,000 uncommon. You see, I'm trying to save these up and use them, turn them in. I need more interceptors. I've been flying through interceptor, but yeah, just trying to get better. And I saved for months to get to that point. For months. Months. Is it safe to assume the surprise XSLB this weekend will be a spin event, probably for Ayun? I have no clue. I do not ask for, I ask for them, but I don't pay a lot of attention to XSLBs because I don't contribute to XSLBs. I don't have enough on my server to do that. Brigadier Jones, thank you so much for gifting a membership and gifting it to Harrison Berlin. Congratulations, Harrison. You now have special emotes, special name color. Thank you, Brigadier Jones, for supporting the channel. Scrapping 1 max Legionary is more uncommon parts than buying the $100 pack. That might depend on what server you're on ordering, because I don't think that's the case for my $100 pack, but generally speaking, like, you're right. You're definitely saving yourself literal money by going in and doing that. Special ship upgrades. I think this is the pack I'm looking for. No, not what I'm looking for. Where's even the new buckets? I've got to figure out where everything's at in the new buckets. Faction ships, maybe? No. Oh, yes. Right here. Like my interceptor pack. Well, honestly, that's cutting it close. Durnock, thank you for signing to be a cadet supporting the channel. And Brigadier Jones, thank you for the New Zealand 10. I appreciate the donations. If you have an Amazon coin link, I don't right now. The one I did have doesn't work. And I've been waiting for literally 4 months to hear back from them on whether or not they're going to re-sign me to a deal. I'm waiting. I have no update there. So. Does your interceptor pack have over 50,000 uncommon parts in it? Well, we're looking at it right now. No. No. What happened to your foundation? Simple answer, Charles, is that the inspectors missed a 2-inch drop. Now, I just started noticing. So what ended up happening was the previous owners did like some, quick fixes on the house to cover up flaws and everything. And didn't see a lot of the cracks. And then naturally, just as you have a house for about a year, all those like quick little cover-ups start becoming apparent. And there is a 2-inch drop on the north side of the house. So that foundation needs to be reset and raised, and sucks because that's an extremely expensive process. So extremely expensive process. Now, one gun being that expensive, John, depends on the tier, obviously, but I know the cost of those. For me, I've got a tier 5 pylum. If I wanted to say upgrade this gun, it's 20,000 parts for this photon, and then another 20,000 for that one, and then 20,000 for that one. I'm sorry, 33,000 for that one. That one's 12,000. And then but that's for me going to tier 6. You see, I don't have enough parts to get to tier 6, but can start the process on the next spend event. Is it broken or just settled? It might be worth just living with it if it's not moving more. Without being here for a significant amount of time, I can't really answer that. I've only been here about a year, but it's pretty damn significant. And if I'm seeing the cracks reemerge from quick fixes, I'm going to assume it's not completely settled. Keep in mind that where they built this subdivision is a former swamp. So, the former swamp. Went to ops level 25 a few days ago, and I have a building subspace relay, but I don't see the keys. It says it's available in the store, but I don't see it. Any ideas? That's part of Incursions, which is not currently running. There's not a way to source that item in the game. There's not currently a way to source that item in the game. Okay. Incursions are broke. And until they fix them, not going to see it. But hopefully that fix comes soon. I mean, we can keep hoping, and praying, and then. Yeah. So. But at least that one's not working for a good reason. Like, they are actually trying to fix it. So we'll see. Have you had a geotech or structural engineer look at it? I've had 7 different foundation people come through, and all said they needed to fix it. Like, the people doing the actual measurements and all the other crap. It's not something I just want to sit and have, Triax. I feel like that's just a stupid decision. Don't just sit and keep it there, regardless of it needs to be fixed. So. Loved Incursions, met some awesome people. My server's done well generally. My server's never won. We've yet to win an Incursion, but I still enjoy the same aspect you do, meeting people and stuff like that. Research that says for 4-star ships, won't do anything for 5-star, correct? Correct. Anything that is specific to 4-star is going to be for 4-star. Let's go through and hit these. How many more do I need to hit this daily? Have other neighbors had the same issues? Brad, I don't know what, like, people I don't talk to my neighbors. I don't care about my neighbors. Honestly, I don't care if I ever speak to any neighbor I ever have. I'm not one of those people. I'm one of those weird hermits who has no desire to be part of a community or anything. So I have no idea what my neighbors are like, nor do I care to ask. Honestly, I don't like people. I love y'all, but I'm not one of those people that wants to do anything with my neighbors. Like, if I'm grilling, I'm not inviting my neighbors over for a hamburger. You know, I'm not mowing my yard and, you know, offering to mow the neighbor's yard. It's just me. I think I'm just becoming the old grouch. I'm like, it's going to surprise y'all. You know that Clint Eastwood movie where he's like the Korean War veteran and he's just on his porch and everything and he gets all grumbly about everybody coming around? That's me. That's me, except I'm 33 and not 73. That's the difference. I don't want to interact with anybody. Like, just let me live in my house with my kids and stay away from people. So, my server has a couple of jerks who throw the Incursion on purpose. Yeah, Gran Torino, that one. Hibbity hoppity, get off my property. That is me. It literally is me right now. So, I think it's because I have so much interaction though here. Like, there's 400 people here right now that I get to interact with and I really enjoy. Why do I want to go interact with people on the street? You know, I've got my interaction here. Sound like a great neighbor? Oh, I'm not even going to pretend like I'm a good neighbor. And I'm okay with that. I don't care. I'm not a good neighbor. Like, I'm not the, I mean, now if somebody needed something, like if they came over and needed help, you know, like the neighbor to my right is like an elderly couple. And like, if they needed something, sure, come and ask me. But am I going to go like knock on the door and have fresh pies or just be willingly trimming people's hedges or going out to, you know, shuffleboard? No. Like a bad neighbor, Rev Deuce is there or not there. Rev Deuce is not there. That's my jingle. Talk to people on Discord all day. Don't need to talk to anyone outside of my family IRL. Yeah, there you go, Pseudo. I mean, I've got 3 kids. I've got a wife. I mean, who else do I really need? How do you know your neighbors don't play STFC? They can be really cool people. Oh, Sean, that's simple. Because I live in Louisiana and the ratio of nerd to redneck is extremely wide. So the odds of anybody playing Star Trek Fleet Command in my neighborhood is close to zero. Close to zero. That's a simple answer. Close to zero. Shuffleboard is awesome. I've never played shuffleboard. I've only seen it on nursing homes and cruise ships. Can we talk about next arc? Nope. Sure can't. Sure can't. And what Dutch said, like the stream if you're here. Most people don't interact much with their neighbors. Friendly hello. Yeah, I'll do that. Like if somebody waves at me, I'm not going to like throw them the bird, but I'll wave back. And people drive by, I'll wave, but I'm not going to, I'm not the crazy friendly at your house neighbor. What crew should I use for my level 36 probes? My Talos with tier 2 components? Oh my gosh, people, y'all got to spell better. Like proofread your sentences. What do you mean with my tier? Do you mean TIER? Honestly, if you have a tier 2 Talos, you should probably be using your Vidar versus 33s. It's a more efficient run. So, best way to grind officer XP, depending on your level, Tygo Core drops a decent amount. But it depends on what level you are. There's not a lot of places that just drop a ton of officer XP. The freebooters drop a decent amount of rewards, but who is going out there like farming a lot of them? So, you want 2 more Picard Beverly shards? Do you have the battle pass? If you haven't bought the $20 battle pass, there's Picard Beverly shards. And then tomorrow, well, can't click. I'm getting my number 1 and then I'm getting my badges. The whole point of freebooters is to not grind a bunch of them. You say that, Tomb World, but yet, if I want to grind Nova BPs, you know what I'm going to be doing? Hitting level 53 plus freebooters so I can grind Nova BPs. So you say that, but definitely reasons to grind. Definitely reasons to grind. Even though the Nova drop rate is stupid low, the fact that you can grind Nova blueprints, I mean, again, drop rate, stupid low. But anything that I can do for that, that's pretty daggum tempting. So there's several high-level players who have done that. And, keep in mind, we're talking about less than a 1% drop rate. But, yeah, that's a reason to go after them, right? That's a reason to go after them. Is there any discussion on a quarterly or end of arc event store? I mean, they know when they're launching an event store, yes. Like they have them planned out several months in advance. Like they don't just go month by month. Should we do an event store this month? Should we do it next month? They have them planned out by the themes. So. Didn't say there was no reason to do it, just no point of them existing. Oh, just not the point. I mean, yeah, you're right. The intention of freebooters is to lessen grind overall. And I'm not arguing that. But maybe people didn't know that you could go and get, oh, man, I hate that my Defiant starting to take my uncommon ship parts. Maybe you didn't know that you can go get Novas. So, it's okay, Steven. I'm referring to my tier 4 with tier 2 components on my Talos, asking what crew to use on level 36 probes. So I would use Strange New World with 5 of 11. That's what I do. And I'm able to fill up my cargo better than I would run with a Vidar. And I do it faster. But that's where I do it. Freebooters, Todd. High-level freebooters. High-level freebooters. What's a freebooter? Kathleen. Freebooters are a new hostile that just came out this month. Specifically focused on level 38 plus players. But these are the systems right here. Meant to, 1, reduce grind, and 2, give another hostile with, in my opinion, pretty good drops. So. Greg, Strange New World Pike, correct. Strange New World Pike with 1 sidecar and then 5 of 11 is what I typically run. Now, there's several different crews you can run there. That's what I run. Pseudo does Strange New World Pike, Strange New World 5 for fast loot. Or Strange New World, Pike Uhura Synergy for max kills. I usually go for more loot because I'm trying to quicken the process. Again, the least amount of time I can spend doing something, I'm going to do it. Now, 5 GG Tau, Steven, is to punch super high, but it's not, 5 GG Tau is not something you would use for like a lot of grinding. That's something you do to punch really high and go above your weight. So you would do that for maybe like an Apex or an Actian hostile, and they drop stupid amounts of loot. You probably don't have the same level of success against the probes doing that in terms of loot as you would against Actians, but you can. You can. I don't run Tau, but that's just me personally. You do a video on BP drop systems for shit BPs? Honestly, maybe at some point. I've done something like that before, but it's not something I have scheduled, but that doesn't mean I won't do it. It means it's not currently on the docket. No, Graduated, I'm not going to go buy Tau. I'm 1 shard away. I'm not going to go buy him. He just does not improve the game enough for me to justify buying him. It doesn't mean he's bad. He just doesn't change my game enough to do that. Who's GG? GG is Giorgio. GG is Giorgio. She is a burning officer. All right, so let's do you, and you, and you. Ooh, scout. Go get him. Go get the scout. Always got to get the scouts. Be 1 shard away from tier 2. I don't care. World. Doesn't bother me at all. Doesn't bother me at all. Somebody just activated a warp speed exocomp. Nice. Or did it just expire? I guess I could turn on an exocomp if I wanted to. I've got a couple. Yeah, Brett, very much. Scouts are definitely squirrel mode for Rev. Definitely. They need to add more lower level freebooter systems. I guess. I think the counter argument to that is you don't really have to do a lot. Really. I mean, with those freebooters, you don't have to hit many of them, so they don't expect a lot of people to be there. I mean, I'm on an extremely active server, and I've not really run into too many issues because I've only got to kill 7 hostiles. I bought Tau just because, but yeah, not a whole lot, not worth the 45 pack, maybe tier 3 and up. I mean, I think that depending on how you're using him, he's worth it. But are you going to use him a lot? I'm not personally going to use him a lot, so there's no point for me to buy him. But and I said this when I did the video on him, if you value his base defense potential, if you value how he can improve your Actian hostile grinding, and if you value maybe punching up a little bit on heavy traders, then sure. Beyond that, if you don't like, or if you don't find extreme value in those 3 things, then he's not really going to be somebody you want. So, Godfather Triple, good to see you. But the biggest one for me was the ability to punch up in Actians. And that is huge because I have a Pylum now. So if I had him, I would actually never have a shortage of Mantis currency. But I didn't do that. And I do have a shortage of Mantis currency, but I'm okay with it. You like Pike Giorgio Tau for 52 and up reds? Yeah, there you go. It definitely helps you punch up. You know, and that singular officer changes that grind in such a positive way. But I wasn't going to spend $50 for that one grind to improve. And that's just because of where Rev's at with the whole money situation. You see, I'm trying to fix a house. I've got 3 kids. But if your entertainment budget allows for that, yeah, it makes sense. The math is there. Are you happy they fixed Wayun? Yeah, I'm happy that they improved Wayun and Ducat. It wasn't groundbreakingly amazing of an improvement, but it was solid. Solid. I was playing around with Tau combos. I think seems better luck with Pike instead of 5. Gives me less loot per kill than 5, but I take less damage with Pike upping Tau. Might just be because of a weaker ship. So there's a lot of factors that go into that. And part of me misses the day and part of me doesn't miss the day where it was really easy to tell people what to do and what to run. Those days are kind of over. It's no longer cut paste. This is what you do. This is how you become the best player, or, run this crew and you dominate. It's a little bit more difficult now. That's both a good thing and a bad thing. The bad part of that is, well, it's a lot harder to give people like concrete, this is like good information. This is what you want to do. The other side of that is diversity is always better for a game. It's definitely better for a game to have multiple options for things like the grind than just one boring go-to every single time. So there's balance to that argument. It does make it a little bit harder for me to give the advice that I try to give, though. So pop, pylum, and then assign. And there are all of our bonuses. Yay! We got our bonuses. Woohoo! And go do some armadas. Yo, Nightbot, thank you for dropping the merch link. By the way, if y'all want to support the channel, some of you do, some of you don't, check out the merch. That way, look, if you get something, at least you're getting to actually get an item instead of just be like straight up, well, I guess I'll give Rev money. Not everybody wants to give Rev money. That's okay. You don't have to give Rev money. You could just go, I'll actually type in the website for you, revdeuce.com, and bam, check out all the shirts, t-shirts, lots of our Star Trek theme, but also kind of like encouragement, like the Be Authentically You shirt, the You're an Awesome Possum, several different t-shirts. We've also got, because so many of y'all love coffee, I've even started drinking coffee. We got several different mug options, candles, tumblers, and if you're football fans, well, we got a couple of shirts for that as well. And then hats with bent brims, one that's corduroy, one that's regular. I'm obviously rocking these. I don't have one at my desk currently, but we got a little bit of everything. You can support the channel and get some sweet swag while you at it, or get it for your kids. Your kids might appreciate it more than you would because it's probably more their style, or not. The hats, that is. Everything. Everybody can wear t-shirts, but not everybody's into the flat brim hats like I am. They get adjusted for the level freebooter hostile. Let's see. How exactly does the sweep research and export work? There are only ever two types of hostile level-wise in export space. Not unsure. I don't understand what you're asking, Tara. To me, it's very self-explanatory. You do the sweeps, and then hitting those sweeps counts for your dailies. I don't really understand the question. To me, it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, you do Federation sweep research, and now hitting a freebooter counts as your Federation daily. Bent brims unite. Look, y'all want to wear bent brims. That's why I provided them. I don't discriminate against people who bend their hats. It's not for me. I do have like two of them, though. I do have two hats that have bent brims. Why should value lower deck abilities? Is this something to put money into? Yeah. I mean, the good thing about lower deck abilities, and we talk about this, is once you reach max here, these max bonuses, lower deck spots don't mean anything anymore. Now, if you have an officer like 5 of 11 that uses health stats, then yeah, you want more stats right here. But in terms of bonus, after this point, this defense doesn't matter anymore. But my below deck ability of Tindy actually increases my whole health by 100%. She's tier 2, tier 3. Well, that's what this does. So now I just add another 100% on top of that. It depends on what it is. And then you talk about that Beverly ability that now works below deck, giving you more. Well, it's a Hue ability, critical chance. This is super good. The Hue ability for hostile grinding is arguably one of the best hostile cards in the game now. So yeah, there's definitely reason to invest into it. How much money you invest in the game is up to you. But there are some below deck abilities that are complete game changers in a positive way, and will either make your grinding easier or make your PvP easier or better. Definitely some value there. Got your giveaway shirt this week? Nice, General Darkfire. Congratulations. That reminds me, I got to send some thank yous out. I got some more thank yous. I got to get the kids. They've been sick, and I've been trying to do more of those thank yous with the family, but freaking kids being sick has made it difficult. Go put this out real quick. How long have we been streaming? I'll make sure I check our time. Oh, we got about 30 minutes left. So if y'all got questions, game questions, whatever, drop them in. I want to make sure we're getting all those. And I don't like ignoring questions. I try to answer as many as I can. Still bothers me that they call below deck abilities instead of lower deck abilities. Fair enough. Is there a known issue with the new swarm sweep? If I use freebooters to complete, one of my dailies disappears and I don't get all my biotics. That is known. It's only affecting a few people. Like, it's not affecting everybody. Like, I still get all of mine. But it is a known thing, and it has been reported. and we'll give you some updates when I got them in terms of when there's going to be a fix for that. But that is a known bug. Don't know what's called, at least I don't know what's causing that, but we have passed that along. How's the card game? Really looking forward to it. So right now I am trying to raise more money and get the arts for the new set. The trading card game, let's see, Game Crafter. For those who don't know, I have my own trading card game. I've not made a YouTube video because we've done a soft launch. And what I mean by soft launch is, yes, it's available to sell, like available to buy if you want to buy it. And I think it's good, but we're still also going through a little bit of like testing and making sure that it's completely legit and ready to go. So it's kind of like in this little soft launch. We've got, I don't know what, 50 packs or so, or I'm sorry, 50 starter decks total, 48 starter decks total that have been sold. And we're going to do a little bit of testing first. And then if the testing all goes well, we will have a full-fledged like launch. I'll have videos out about it. And for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll put it on the screen. Here is the game Conquest of Sword and Thread. You got the Pirate starter deck and the Thread starter deck. Here's some examples of the art. Also lots of Easter eggs here in terms of these various cards to play. So yeah, the card game is going, and we're just waiting to kind of have this soft launch go and see how it goes. And then we'll keep pushing and doing more. So yeah, I'm a huge nerd. If y'all were unaware, Rev is a tremendous sized nerd. Do G4 researchers apply to the Talios and Defiant? Which ones are you talking about, Kevin? Anything that's specific to like factions, stuff like that? No. Regular G4 research should, yes. But a lot of research is very specific. So, Kara says, I like the faction sweeps as well, but while 2 of mine I can do with the 45s, my Ramen daily stays at 49.50 to kill. Can't really do them with sweeps research. Why not? Why not? You just not hit the 48s very well? What's the struggle there? Can you say what that game closely compares to? Like the one that I've created? It's meant to be like an in-between game. Like it's not as simple as Pokemon / Yu-Gi-Oh, but it is close to, well, especially Pokemon simplicity, but theme, like it's more of a fantasy style game like Magic the Gathering. So 48s don't count. I mean, oh, you need to do 49s, 50s. So can you do the 50s? Because I can do them with my Pylum right here if I needed to. Can you not do the 50s? Is it just too much of a punch up for you right now? Actually, going to go launch a rare uncommon real quick because I need more uncommons. Is any? I'm sorry, uncommon. I need more a Cardassian. Why I said uncommon. Priorities in TP store. We can do a quick little rehash. Generally speaking, I do believe the Trinity is still valuable, though. If we're talking about most important, getting Con Max 6 of 11 is still utmost priority. The Trinity officers are still very good. Come over here, though. Unlocking Georgiou is important. 3 of 11 as an unlock is extremely important. Mariner is another good one to throw it into. But I would say the most important one right now is 6 of 11. That's probably the most important. And huzzah, yes, the merch does in fact ship to the UK. 100% does. In fact, ships to, I think, all of Europe. So it does. Closely compares to a snowy winter night. Warm fire in the fireplace powers out. Family looking to you for something to keep their mind off their problems, and you have the perfect game to play. Ordrin, that's beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Think of that yourself. Picked up 3 of 11 yesterday, changed your gas mining. So I don't really care about the gas mining aspect of it. The reason that I love the 3 of 11 is for more of protected cargo. It's part of my protected cargo run. So if I go, my final dock is dedicated strictly to protected cargo. You see, I've got regular T'Pring, Borg T'Pring, and DuPont. This is just my pure protected cargo run. Protected cargo, and protected cargo. And that brings my max Meridian up to 284,000 currently. So That's definitely why I love it so much. Because I don't honestly care if I get hit on my Meridian, because I'm probably taking home a good bit. Is 6 of 11 okay at tier 1, or should tiering them up be a priority? Oh, it should definitely be a priority. Tier 1's okay, but you really want to tier them up. No Grush, is PC boost lower? I mean, Grush is good, but Grush is a better stat stacker than he is for that. So if I scroll on down to Grush, where's Grush at? Right here. I've got a tier 4 Grush, and he's 100%. You saw my DuPont's 150%, but he's 100%. And you do get the speed there, but I use him for stats. Like, I actually put him on my Armada ship, and he's used purely because he's got great stats. So yeah, DuPont's actually better for me than running Grush, and I then get to use Grush on my Armada boat, and that makes sure that I've got all my stats maxed out. Yeah, thank you, Mihai. Range, not speed on Grush. And I don't really need the increased range. So, need to get an OPS as OPC t-shirt, confuse the locals. That is confusing. Now, Grush is still a card that I want to max. Please don't get me wrong. Grush is a great card, but in terms of what's best for me as a player, I'm using Grush as a stat stacker, and that's where he gives me the most value. I need to do, what events do we have left? We still got to do Jelly Brawl. That's what I'm forgetting. I need to do Jelly Brawl. Put it there, and then when the Valdor gets back, we'll put the jelly right there. Go do our Jelly Brawl. No problem, Zoltan. What's I'm here for? What's I'm here for? Quark probably gives you more, though. So Quark is actually part of my secondary mining crew. So if I go into my assign officers, I don't use presets very often, but I do have these presets right here. Here is my secondary mining crew, which is the Borg protected cargo officer. Then I've got my mining bonus, and then don't let them take anything, which is 90% running single character synergy. So I've got a mix of mining speed and cargo. As I already have there is an OPC is OPC t-shirt. There's a no loot, no shoot t-shirt and an OPC is OPC. So in fact, just so I can show you where it's at, you go to the website, revdeuce.com. You've got one. This is based on the USS Saladin, hunting for O Pizza. So hunting for OPC, but using it with the pizza cutter USS Saladin. If you want to make your friends laugh, you've got the no loot, no shoot and no loot, no shoot. So I will come after you if you're OPC. I think that's adorable. And then you've got the classic. This is one of the first designs we ever did. OPC is OPC with me standing on the back of the nacelle of the pirate version of the Rev Deuce ship. So there you go. Got 3 different versions of OPC hunting. If you can't tell it, I'm a big fan of hunting OPC. Big fan. There's also a Prime t-shirt that was made as a joke. If you want to get that, you're amazing. What about you down with OPC for us old schoolers? Sean, I say this all the time. If somebody will actually buy merch, I will, in fact, make it. Also, give a shout out real quick. Thank you, Hank, for donating to the channel. Hank just donated. I'm going to update the board real quick to help work towards feeding the kids and working on the foundation issues. So I really appreciate it. Hank, you're amazing. Thank you for being a constant supporter of the channel. And I've got it put in right there. Bam. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Has Fleet Command in Game Store updated yet? What do you mean? What do you mean? There was an update yesterday, but there wasn't one today. The update that fixed Beverly did not need to get pushed as a full update. They were able to do that without pushing a full-on update. So, let's see. You should create a t-shirt with rogue bashing time. Again, if somebody's going to buy it, sure. I'm just here to feed my kids. Let's see. Tara says, my Pilum only manages to kill 1 level 50 freebooter, even needing more than 100 rounds, while I use Picard Beverly Chin. Well, don't use Picard Beverly Chin. Picard Beverly Chin is one of the worst things that you can run. I mean, Picard Beverly Chin is better than Pipe Moreau Chin, but that is not an efficient crew versus freebooters. I mean, it's more efficient than Pipe Moreau Chin, but there are a lot of crews that are better versus freebooters than running Picard Beverly Chin. Granted, I don't know what your Strange New World crew is at or anything like that, or if you have Tau, but PMC is a big no. PBC is better, but still a preferred no. And there are a couple other crews that you can run instead. Did anybody come to this armada, or is it just me? Oh, hey, there's 4 of us, so we're going to make it. Yay. Yay, we survived. Because we have bigger ships, I'm going to launch a 45 now. Because we actually have bigger boys and girls, do this one instead. Strange New World Captain, Gorkon works way better versus freebooters. That's a good one too. I would add that if you have the Q officer, him below decks means you don't need Khan. So you don't need Khan. I'm 8 charges away from Picard Beverly. Any more events for her? Only what's listed on the calendar. If they do another auction this weekend, then yes. But only what's listed on the calendar. If you're going like 30 plus rounds, DCS is better than Hull Breach. If you're going 30 plus rounds, yes, Suda. My rounds, even when I hit the 53s, I'm not going 30 rounds. Anyone know the highest Borg probes a tier 4 Talios can do? Depends on your research and your crew, but 30s, 38s, 37s, or 38s in terms of reasonably filling up cargo. You know, like my tier 3 does 36s all day long and can do 37s, but doesn't get as much cargo per hull as if I do 36s. But again, there's a lot of other factors in that, like your own personal research, like your hull research, your interceptor research, stuff like that. The officers that you're running. A lot goes into these new crews, which is good. I do think that parity is good. But it makes it a lot harder for me to just give you a generic answer of like, yes, you will be better. I would love to, but I can't. Tier 4 Talos is probably able to get 1 mil per hull from 38s or 40s. See, Andy says a little bit higher than I thought. I was thinking getting around that against 37s and 38s. But Andy says you can pull it to the 40s, which if you can, that's pretty good. Pretty good. So. Strange New World Officer, Gorkon Kang is what I see sometimes. Yeah, Kang actually has some use against the freebooters. It's nice to see him actually having a use in today's game because he's been a guy that's basically been ignored for a long time. Now, rightly so. I mean, he wasn't very good for a long time. Like, he just didn't really have many applications that you could reliably use. But that has now changed. And you do see a few different people using him in various crews, so. Mihai says I get 1 million from 36s with a fresh tier 3. And what crew do you use, Mihai, just to educate everybody in the chat? Because that's good amounts, right? That's kind of what you would do if you had the skin and a full cargo crew with a standard Vidar. So if you're able to do that without running a loot crew and with, obviously you don't have a skin on the Talio. So what time will be on Twitch? That will be at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. If y'all want to come check that out, I'll drop the link right there in the chat. Yeah, it says running Spike, Hammer, Uhura. So that's Strange New World Pike, Hammer, Uhura, full synergy. Now, I would change up a little bit personally just because I'm trying to run it quicker, and I run 5 of 11 in there. But yeah, full synergy versus the 36s. The tier 3 should be able to do pretty well. Kara says Tier 3 Talios feels like a better sweet spot to farm active nanoprobes. A 2-day chest pull only is like 540, while Tier 4 is already 840 for a measly 3K increase. Increase definitely gets lower, but you can also farm more. So, going to pay for the Vidar unlock. 1 is the elite, worth it, and what level does it need to be for 28 swarms? So you wouldn't use your Vidar versus swarms. If you meant to say probes, usually if you're going against like a 28, you're probably doing tier 3, tier 5 Vidar. A tier 7 Vidar constantly farms the 29s, and then anything after that, you're going against 33s, usually on the Vidar. Chris says, yes, I had officers via in-game store, but this morning, no officers listed. I was going to purchase some villain tokens. Can someone check the sales store? Let's see if I've got any tokens left here. It'd be really weird for you to say that you don't have anything in your store. That's a weird error, but I do still have villain tokens in mine. 7,200 for $100. I got I guess a semi-okay pull. When I did my free pulls that I had gotten, Let's see. I got 4 pylum shards. And I got some con shards. So pull this. Maybe I get a Lorca shard. Rare Armada Tactical Cores, Eric. You can either buy them in the pay store or through Armada Chest, the 4-star Armada Chest. The 4-star Armada Chest. Let's see. Oh, I got Broccoli. Hey, Broccoli. What's up, buddy? And Sharvanik. There's my free shards for the day. Let me get this pair started. How many 30-day chests do you recommend saving and until what level? I'm currently level 41 with 8 30-day chests. I mean, honestly, most people would save for when they get to your level and now they start turning them in so they can get the 4-star and everything from them. I wouldn't save them throughout the 40s all the way to like 49 or anything. If anything, now that you're probably pushing to 42s now when you would expect people start cashing them in and start using them. I'm not going to buy those primes. See, what was I looking for? I came in here looking for something. Oh, this. I need to go finish doing more freebooters to finish this out. That's preferred, but I also need to go do probes today to finish this one. And then getting the crew back together. As you can see, I've not been touching that. So, any idea where I can get Rare Armada Tactical Cores? I just answered that, but let me go ahead and show you. I think I have one of those chests ready to display. I don't have Ripper's Mod, which would allow me to show it. So they're in the 4-star rare, and then also they have a chance pull in the epic chest. It is terrible values. It is terrible values. But this is how you get the shards you need for your ACC. That's how. You did mean swarms just because I haven't have anything currently for 28s. You would typically want to use an Explorer versus swarms. I mean, you could technically use a Vidar, but you generally want to use an Explorer just because the mitigation bonus that you're going to get, the piercing bonus you're going to get. So that'd be the Vocless or the Franklin. Where do you have, or why do you not have the Franklin, Joey? It's a big question for me. Rambo says, I got lucky in one of the last events. Was unable to get, or able to get, a complete Picard in Beverly unlock at level 26. That's pretty dope. I would say that if you've got Admiral Picard unlocked as a level 26, there's probably not many explorers that can now stand against you. Even at tier 1, a 500% bonus is pretty daggum significant in the 20s. It's not as significant in the 40s and 50s, but in the 20s, that's ridiculous. Like, you should be able to put this on a Saladin and never worry about a Centurion again in your life. That is, generally speaking, very freaking good for a 20s player because the researches have not started to grow as much as they do in late game. That's a pretty damn good bonus. Especially if you're running a critical build with that. Woo, doggy. Ain't gonna ever worry about a Centurion again. Yo, Drift Bandit, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it. That's very kind of you. Appreciate everybody that donates to the channel. It helps support me and my family. Y'all are the real MVPs. Got a full pull of Cisco and nearly died of shock. Congrats. What were you pulling to do that? And let's see. I need to go jump into this rare real quick. Need more ship parts. Oh, I need more ship parts. See, this is the one drawback to this Pylum, Talios, and Defiant run. I've got a tier 7 Defiant, which I do want to keep upgrading, but look, it wants my ship parts. I don't want to give my ship parts to the Defiant. I want to give my ship parts to the free. See, I can do the comments. I want to give my ship parts to the daggum Pylum. I want to give my ship parts to the Pylum. It's not letting me do that. That makes me sad. That makes me sad. So, same boat. Again, like there's worse problems to really gripe about. I love having a tier 7 Defiant, but even my Talios is gonna, want that same love, and that's the one drawback to a Pylum now. The one drawback. I'm happy to have a tier 5, and I want to take a tier 7, but I don't know if I'll be able to take it tier 9. There's too many things that want all the love at the same time. I really need to start working on my faction rep for Klingons. Get my Coronar. As y'all can see, I'm 195 million away from being able to start pulling Coronar BPs, which I don't have any of. Don't have any of. You can pay for a prime to help that out. Thank you, Clint. How about, no. But if anybody out there wants to buy the Prime for me, I will have the Prime. Greatly appreciated. Thank y'all for being amazing. Catalyst is a temporary roadblock unless you're no longer off-stock. It's true. It's true. Vent chest gave you 25 Newtons. I wish I would have got that. I got 4 more pylon BPs after I've already gotten it. So, yeah. So. Can't buy Corner BPs in the away team store. I don't think I've hit 60% yet. Let me go look. I don't think I've hit 60% yet. So, yeah, no Coronar. I haven't hit 60%. I gotta get 60% rep, and then I can start seeing Coronar. Haven't hit it yet. Haven't hit it yet. Let me speed this up real quick, because we got to go do our ISS Jelly Brawl. Whole reason to get the ISS Jelly is right here. This one event. Entire reason to get the ISS Jelly. Roll out. And then up here to Belarus. Got a D4 print? Yikes. I mean, as long as you get something, right? That's more than you had before. But I really wish I would have got the 25. So Defiant, the rep locks in the game are 10 million, 1 billion, and 15 billion. Those are the rep locks. Once you hit those, it will not go below. Will not go below. 10 million, 1 billion, and then 15 billion are the 3 current rep locks in the game. There are 3 of them. And yeah, take advantage of them if you're at that level. I love having, you know, all my stuff locked out. So it's a big win for me. Big win for me. There are a couple people out there who have, you know, kind of said that they prefer only having 2 so they can get the auto grind. I think the value is far higher to have all 3 locked out, and then taking advantage of that, you'll never need speed ups again. Also gives you the credits. Faction credits obviously are worth their weight in gold. So all that's really good stuff. So I like it. But it depends on the player. Some people might not find the value in it that I do. The event for the ISS Jelly sucks. Is only the top 3 get anything. Eric, you're thinking of something else. That is not ISS Jelly Brawl. You're thinking of Jelly Pursuit. You're thinking of Jelly Pursuit. ISS Jelly Brawl is what you get just for having the jelly and pays out really good rewards. Now, I'm a big fan of the Jelly Brawl event. Got to kill 50 hostiles to get looty loots, which sets up my Coronar. One of the reasons I have so many uncommon Explorer parts already. And obviously I need the uncommon 4-star for my buildings, the gas I need. So yeah, it's a big fan of this event. Big fan of it. You're in trouble then, negative 2 million rep. So Defiant, it never drops below 2 million, so you can always recover from 2 million. It never drops below 2 million. I'm Oz 48. I want to get an Explorer next, Coronar or Enterprise A. Mark, honestly, depends on you. I would say that, generally speaking, value-wise, Coronar is better value than the Enterprise A. But the Enterprise A is the Enterprise. And having an Enterprise is freaking dope. So, having an Enterprise is always dope. We like having Enterprises. I'm a big fan of the Enterprise. Just because it's the Enterprise. Like, it's an icon. So, but Coronar is going to be a more cost-efficient grinder. Definitely going to be able to be a second hostile grinder for you. All the 46 rares have fantastic grind abilities. And they all have the same thing. But if I come over to the Coronar, this loot, you see this one's 10% because it's just out the dock. But it levels up with each level. My Pylum is at 43%. It's good. Like that really helps with your overall grind. And it's one of the reasons the 46 are so loved. And now that we're moving into a future where the answer to grinding is not PMC, but a mishmash of various different things, you can legitimately have one 46 grinding and another 46 grinding, same system, and be doing it pretty efficiently. So Terrace has also changed the crew to a suggest one and can hit 50 to 51 freebooters easily and even a 52. See, Tara? We got you, baby. We got you, Tara. That's why you come to the live stream. Helping you out one suggestion at a time. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. We do need to wrap up right at an hour and a half. I've got to do some more work. Got to work on the card game and prepare for the stream tonight. And I'm actually putting out a football film study on my football channel, just because we've been doing more work over there as well. For those that don't know, yeah, Rev has a football channel. Covers the Saints, but also do film study just in general. So that's fun. Go to wrap up, though. If you have more questions, join the Discord. Come hop in with us. I'll try to answer them as much as I can or as quickly as I can. Tag me if I'm a little bit slow in responding. Going to wrap up for the day. Appreciate everybody. Live long and prosper. Stay safe for the Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Hit the like button on your way out. Greatly appreciate everybody who has donated to the channel today and everybody who supports in various ways. Y'all are all amazing and greatly appreciated. We'll catch you on the next one, which is tonight. So see you then.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.